Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something that's probably, well, definitely on your mind if you're in software development.
Yeah, these AI-powered tools, right? They're everywhere.
Exactly. And you're likely wondering, okay, what does this actually mean for me? For my job, the skills I need, my future?
Uh-huh. It's a big question. And that's what we're diving into today. We've gone through some really interesting material to try and get a clearer picture.
Right. What's the real impact of these AI tools on developers? That's our mission here.
So let's just jump in. The elephant in the room.
Will AI take our jobs? Are developers endangered?
Well, the sources we looked at paint a picture that's, more complicated than just yes or no.
It sounds like it's really about a big shift, a transformation, rather than simple replacement.
Yeah, exactly. Think back to when compilers first appeared.
Oh, right. Good analogy.
Yeah, they automated writing assembly language, which was tedious.
Yeah.
But did programmers disappear?
No, not at all. It just meant they could work on, well, higher level stuff, build more complex things.
Precisely. And that's kind of the dynamic here again. Augmentation, not elimination.
Okay. So the AI tools, they automate some tasks, make coding faster, maybe less buggy.
That's what the material suggests. Speeding up development, potentially fewer basic errors. But crucially, this doesn't automatically mean fewer developers.
Right. It might change the type of work developers do, or the scale of projects.
Exactly. It shifts the demand. Maybe less routine coding, but more focus on leveraging these tools, managing complexity. The need for smart people to guide this stuff seems strong.
Okay, so if it's not wholesale replacement, what skills are absolutely crucial? What do developers need to, hang on to?
Well, the core stuff isn't going anywhere. That fundamental computer science understanding, still vital.
That makes sense, because the AI can generate code.
Yeah, it can generate tons of code. Sometimes it's impressive. But does it understand the logic? The bigger picture? The project's actual goals? Not inherently.
So the human developer needs that deep knowledge to check the AI's work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to evaluate it critically. Is it the right solution? Is it efficient?
Is it secure? That seems like a big one.
Huge. Security vulnerabilities the AI might miss. Performance issues. Those are human judgment calls, rooted in that CS foundation.
Got it. The AI is like a super-powered assistant, but you still need to be the expert directing it and checking its homework.
You got it. Which leads perfectly into another key skill popping up in the sources.
Which is?
Learning how to actually work with the AI effectively. It's not just about knowing Python anymore.
Ah, okay. So like a new kind of fluency.
Yeah, you could call it that. It's becoming a core competency. Understanding what these AI tools can do, and just as importantly, what they can't.
And how to talk to them. Right. I've heard about prompt engineering.
Exactly. Mastering that is key.
Yeah.
How do you ask the AI really clearly for what you need so it generates useful code, not just noise?
It's almost like learning a new language, but for collaborating with an AI partner.
That's a great way to put it. The sources draw that parallel. Think about giving instructions to a junior dev, maybe.
Okay.
You need to be super clear, specific. The better the prompt, the better the AI gets what you're after.
Right. You need to learn its quirks, its strengths, its blind spots. Okay. Now, beyond the tech skills, the prompting, what about like the more human stuff? Creativity, problem solving.
That's actually becoming more important, interestingly enough.
Really? How so?
Well, because the AI is getting good at the defined, automatable tasks. But the messy stuff, the ambiguous problems, designing something totally new,
That's where humans shine.
that's where human ingenuity is still irreplaceable. Critical thinking, genuine creativity, AI struggles with open-ended innovation. It can build parts, sure.
But the architect designing the whole building, the
Yeah.
visionary, that's still us.
That's the idea. That role becomes even more central.
So thinking about roles, if AI handles more routine code, does the developer's job description actually change?
It seems likely. The material we reviewed points towards developers potentially shifting more into like a software architect role.
Higher level design, system thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Focusing on how components fit together, orchestrating the system,
Yeah.
especially when some components might be AI generated.
And you mentioned security before. That probably gets amplified too.
Definitely. If AI is writing code, someone needs to be deeply focused on the security implications, the ethical side too, ensuring it's responsible.
So maybe skills like system integration, security architecture, ethical reviews become even more prominent.
Very likely. It's about ensuring the whole system, including the AI parts, works correctly, safely, and, ethically.
It really frames the relationship differently, doesn't it? Not human versus AI, but human plus AI.
Absolutely. Collaboration, not competition. That mindset shift seems crucial according to our sources.
Viewing AI as a partner.
Yes. Like pair programming, maybe, but
Yeah.
with this incredibly fast, efficient partner.
Who still needs guidance and oversight.
Precisely. So the skill becomes effective communication with the AI, guiding it, leveraging its strengths, but keeping that human strategic direction.
With all this changing so fast, it feels like learning can never stop.
Oh, that's putting it mildly. Continuous learning isn't just good practice anymore. It's essential for survival in this field now.
Keeping up with new tools, new frameworks.
Yeah, understanding the latest AI platforms, new methodologies, maybe even specializing in areas where human expertise is really distinct.
Like complex problem solving or that innovative design stuff you mentioned.
Could be. Or maybe specializing in managing the AI development lifecycle itself. The options will evolve.
And it sounds like we won't be doing this alone. The developer community plays a big part.
A huge part. The sources really emphasize this. Online forums, conferences, open source projects.
Places to share what works, best practices for using these AI tools.
Exactly. Sharing knowledge, figuring out the challenges together. The community is really key in shaping how this all unfolds. It's a collective navigation, in a way.
So, stepping back, it's not just a few new tools. This AI integration is, well, it's fundamental. A paradigm shift.
I think that's fair to say. It changes how software gets made from the ground up.
It brings challenges, obviously, but also huge opportunities.
Absolutely. Opportunities for innovation, for tackling bigger problems, for having more impact, if we embrace it right.
By focusing on those unique human skills, the collaboration, the continuous learning.
And adapting.
Yeah.
It sets up a future that could be incredibly dynamic, driven by this powerful human-AI synergy.
Okay, so wrapping this up, the big takeaway seems clear. It's not about replacement.
Nope. It's about collaboration.
Embracing AI as a seriously powerful tool, but doubling down on our uniquely human abilities, creativity, critical thinking, architecture, ethics.
That's the core message.
So, here's something to leave you with, a final thought to chew on. As we collaborate more and more closely with AI, how might that actually change what software development even means? Could it redefine the creative boundaries of our field? And maybe more personally, what specific skills are you going to focus on building for this new era?
Lots to think about.
Definitely. Thanks for diving deep with us today.